Oh man, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of One Leeds here. It's your second episode of the day and we're back here to discuss what we need to discuss. Still nothing. Now, we can talk about Daniel Farke, we can talk about the personnel, we can talk about the 49ers, but I think we're all very, very much aligned on what Leeds United need to do. 4 bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, all almost stated by the manager. But not only that, not only stated by the manager, but he mentioned in his press conference, essentially there'll be movement, and I'm paraphrasing, but there's going to be things happening in the next couple of days. Already, they are working in utter silence, and we know this, and you're not logging onto this video to hear me talk about this same nonchalant stuff, but I Twitter DM'd someone earlier who was from the Echo in the Northeast. Response, Jack Clarke, it's going to take a mass amount of money for him to move. Then you see that being replicated online as well when you're looking at TalkSport, if you believe that or not. That is, we've all known that from day dot. A Leeds going to spend 20 plus million. Whether or not you think he's worth it, 20 plus million quid on Jack Clarke, that's what it'll be. Or 15 million north. Are they going to spend that money? From what they've shown us so far, even when it comes to a basic replacement of Kamara, financing around about 10 million euros, Rothwell coming in, which I was a big fan of at the time. I'd have obviously liked to sign him, but it's a smart move by Leeds because they're seeing what he is, and I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. And I will continue to give the 49ers the benefit of the doubt. But I'm trying to look at realistic options out there. Ramazani will not happen. That's been quashed already. Jack Clarke will not happen. Whittaker is going to take big money again, and that doesn't fit us whatsoever, in my opinion. Stengs at Feyenoord was going to Charlotte FC. Everything was pretty much agreed, and then it was a very, very lucrative deal. Charlotte FC doing a few things in this window, actually. And now that's not going to come to fruition. He got 2 goals and an assist at the weekend. That's Calvin Stengs as well, playing for Feyenoord. That was supposed to be, a heavily considered move by Leeds as of the other day, according to this. Is what we're doing now. We're literally looking at forums to get any form of information. That was going round as well on the sphere, and there was a couple of Feyenoord bits saying we're not sure if he'll stay, And this is what we're relying on right now. So the rumours are just, and someone like that, obviously, it's a non-rumour, it's a non-starter, but that is literally a Rutter replacement. It's an unbelievable replacement. That just wouldn't happen. He's not going to come down to the Championship, and this is the problem. We're saying you don't want to play in the corporate bowls and you want to remain in this division. Play in the Sheffield Wednesdays, because we love it down here. This is what happens. People think the owners are going to asset strip as well. Premier League clubs asset strip you, and that will continue to happen next year if we're in the Championship with Ampadu, with Mele, even though we'll probably like that, and Nonto, if he's still with us. That will continue to happen, and the squad will continue to get weaker. So right now we're in a weaker position. I put out simply on Twitter the other day, what would people say, was going to Sheffield Wednesday? Is that then deemed a good point? Because West Brom, according to the majority, was deemed a good point. If we drew again, would that be deemed a good point? How are we looking at this right now? Because at some point, our season's got a kickstart. And even though the 49ers, the transfer window is separate to what Leeds are doing now, this squad is still top 6. It's not got enough depth, in my opinion, hence why they won't get top 2 as it stands. However, it's good enough for top 6. So at some point, our season has to get started. And of course, it's only 2 league games. But it does obviously include that pump into Middlesbrough, which won't be good for the mentality. It won't be good for us coming back to Ellen Road, irritatingly. It's 2 games at Ellen Road. We've conceded 6 goals. And what did we see at the weekend as well? Luton go down to 10 men and Portsmouth couldn't score. It's absolutely typical, but they score 3 goals at Ellen Road. What do we see at the week? Obviously, we've not seen Middlesbrough been absolutely unbelievable either, have we? So, listen, it's a bit of it's a point of which right now the negativity is the worst I've seen it in a long time. And it's understandable from the fan base because not only are we getting nothing on the pitch, I should say, but off the pitch, there's a bigger frustration now that they've left it this long as well. I think it's been 27 days, is it, since Bogle's gone? Bogle came in. They spent 15.1 million, brought an absolute ton in, and we know that's not, we have to be rational here, we know that's not all going to be spent on the playing staff. But at some point, Jordan Miles, Steinson have got to kick into gear, and it is 5 o'clock. Nothing on Monday again. And I keep doing this countdown thing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And I know they're working in a short time. I know they back themselves because they got it done in such a short time. But when these players are moving on, the whole process, which can take up to a week or more, as we see now with GG Rutter, players can move on. And you know, Brighton have been interested in Rutter from the start. You know, have we not known that like Brighton are going to come in again? There's, interestingly, right now, apparently Brighton are expected to make a formal bid for O'Reilly at Celtic. That is absolutely bizarre. If they're bringing Rutter and O'Reilly, that is insane and just shows the distance between this level and the Premier League and even sort of the bottom half of the Premier League, which you would suggest Brighton are in. So does that mean something's going to change with Rutter? Has something gone wrong with Rutter? I don't think so, but that is, you know, O'Reilly and Rutter, that, with what they've got up front, is just crazy. And Cesso's still there as well. You know, absolutely stacked there. And yeah, it's crazy right now how big the difference between us and the Premier League is getting. Like, even since Bielsa, that distance has got so mad. I don't think you'd ever get a Sheffield United under Wilder or a Leeds United under Bielsa doing what we did, you know, finishing 8th and 9th or whatever it was in our first year. I don't think that'll ever happen again. There's too much money in the game now. Even for 3, 4, 5 years that have passed, it just gets more and more each and every year. But the whole point of this, everybody, is, you know, there's questions on Daniel Farke, in my opinion, when it comes to the playing style, 100%. I think he's got to get more from this team, and I'm not convinced of him at all as a gaffer. And I'll be interested to see it. The point at the weekend wasn't the worst result, but how are we going to keep reading these excuses out of, yeah, it's a good point, away from home? Because at some stage we need to put our marker down and say, we're Leeds United. We're here now. We're here. We're involved in this championship season now. We've just beaten Sheffield Wednesday 2-0 away. And that's the positive of it, everyone. If we go out and get 2 signings this week and beat Sheffield Wednesday, local rivals, Danny Roll's side, unbelievable end to the week, and there'll be a positive spin on it. Right now, when it comes to Leeds fans, I completely understand why everyone's down in the mud with it. I completely get it. I think there's problems when it comes to the manager, and that is indicative of what 2 wins in 13. I think there's issues there. But also off the field, I can't believe they've not been a bit more proactive with it. I don't understand what they've been waiting for, and I'm a massive backer of the 49ers, but I can still criticise. I'm going to wait till the end of the window before going absolutely nuts, which I'm not going to do, obviously, because I am quite rational, I feel, with these things, but I will be reacting a little bit hotter if we don't do things. It feels very nonchalant, keep calm and carry on, which is fine, but they've got to get these deals done, and teams are going to see Leeds come in now. So they're very, very confident. So if they're that confident, fair play. I guess we've got to be confident with them, but they are leaving themselves barely any room. It'll be 10 days tomorrow. 10 days, less than 2 weeks, you know. It's what you go on holiday for, isn't it? To go and get 5 players. 5 players, I think. Because I think you've got to look up top as well. But I don't think they will. Even 4. That's mad. You know, that's, you know, what, signing every 2 or 3 days, or even less. They've got a hell of a lot to do. And I know it sounds daft, but when you're not hearing rumours from the other side, that's when it's a little bit worrying for me. Because even Rothwell was the only one where we'd heard nothing, but everything else you have heard it from the other side first. So interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on some of the rumours that are going around at the minute, or if any? Where's the blame? And have they got to start acting quickly? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. It's been a pleasure. See you in a bit.